Hi everyone, it's Sandra from the Creative Wandering Duo, and I welcome you to our channel. Today I'm going to do something that every quilter dreads. It's like asking Michelangelo to paint your garage door. But we get asked this, and we do have the machine and we do have thread, so I'm going to show you how to hem a pair, or not hem. I did that the other day, hemming pants for a friend. But I'm going to show you how to patch some blue jeans the quilter way. So I have a bag of blue jean scraps here. Oh, don't ask me how I come across all these, but I have them. See, they're even nicely tied up in a bundle. So, but I have scraps, so we're going to use them. Get out my heavy scissors. Denim is a little heavier than what we normally do. Now, this pair of pants have been hemmed or not hemmed, patched and repatched, and I got to put some more patch in there. But otherwise, they're perfectly good. The back is good. The seams are good. Oh, there's a tag that should be sewn down again. Belt loop. And this is the one that he was concerned about right here. Was this big patch right there, that hole. But when I patch my husband's pants, I usually keep patching all the patches so they don't end up back in here. Tomorrow, I'd like them to stay away, and I have a feeling when this pair of pants comes back, I have a garbage can that they're going to fit into very nicely. So, what I'm going to do is take a look at what I've got here. Now this patch, I'm going to put it in because I can see it's wearing here. It's getting thinner up here. So it's a fair size patch that I'm going to put in there. So I just kind of measure and cut. There's really no science to this. I've done a lot of patching of jeans, but I don't find that there's too much of a science. Now, I am going to use Steam-A-Seam 2 to hold my patch in place. I'm not going to bother with pins. To me, they always get in the way. The Steam-A-Seam 2 will reinforce and hold this patch in place while we sew it. So, I have bits and pieces of Steam-A-Seam. If you're like me, you can't throw it away, so you've got all these little bits and pieces. And I don't need a whole bunch, it's just to hold it. So, I'll put that across that line. Chunk in this corner here. It's a great way to use up these bits and pieces. Yeah, I'm putting it on the right side of the fabric because that's the side that's going to go against this leg. This maybe fell off. Not too worried about it. This isn't going to look real pretty. It's just to get this in place to hold it down so we can sew it. And as quilters, we usually have this type of stuff left over, so why not use it? I didn't bring my garbage can around, so. In the center to hold it flat. Chunks, pieces, whatever. They don't have to be pretty because we're just using scraps that would have went to waste otherwise. Most of the time these little bits and pieces end up in the garbage can. There we have it. Doesn't look too pretty, but it'll work. Okay, so that's for that leg. And I'm just going to set that down on the ironing board because that's where we'll use it next. Okay, so that's that leg. Now we're going to do this leg. You can feel the patch under there. It needs some here and it needs some here. I think these pants, yeah, they'll be gone next time. I'm not patching them again. With Steam-A-Seam, the glue is sticky, so you can put your pieces down and they'll stay for a while until you get to an ironing board and can nail them down properly. These itty bitty little pieces I'm not keeping. Okay, we're here at the pressing mat, and I have my Teflon sheets ready to go. What I'm going to do set each piece inside. That way I don't get any on the mat or on my iron. These just wash with water. You just take water and wipe them off. Oh, see, I had a little bit of that glue without the paper on it, so I probably should have let that cool before taking it off. And I've got several pieces here, so I will let this one cool before I lift it off. Set that one aside to cool. And this is what happens to a large Teflon sheet when you have it on your cutting mat and you forget about it, and you take your rotary blade and you start cutting. You end up with a short piece. Yeah, don't leave your Teflon mats sitting on your cutting board. Not setting that on my mat because they're hot, and because they're hot, they'll warp that mat. Put them up on top of the jeans. Okay, now we are going to grab a pin. Peel this paper off. Sometimes it'll just peel off if you can get a corner going. The next time you've got to score it with a pin to get it moving. And it's still tacky, so that's going to stay in place until we get it pressed. That's cool now. So, that'll stick down when we put it on the other. Now I leave that folded so that I know which side to wipe when I go to clean it up. That set in place, it'll stay there. Now we're going to press it down. I'm going to spritz it with a bit of water. If you want, you can turn the leg inside out to do this, to make sure it's exactly where you want it. See, there it is. The next one I want above. Batch was. No pins. Okay. Now I'm going to get the sewing machine set up with, I'm going to put Wonderful Specialty thread in the machine. On the top I'm going to put, I believe this is Master Quilter, or Masterpiece it's called. And it's got a polycore with cotton ramp, and I am putting Deco Bob in the bobbin. It's a bobbin thread. It's an 80 weight thread. So when you fill a bobbin, it goes a long ways because it puts quite a bit on that bobbin. And they're both very strong threads. The Decabob is a polyester. Okay, now because I'm using a 40 weight thread in the top and an 80 weight in the bobbin, I want to sew on my fabric just to make sure that my tension is correct. That looks good on the top, and it looks good in the bobbin. Excellent. Okay, I want an open arm. This is what you call an open arm. And first thing I'm going to do is just sew around the outside edge of these patches. Make sure that you're not cracking too much of that pant leg underneath. Cross their foot down. I'm going to do a little bit of a back stitch. Down. This is not a speedy process. You've got to work this fabric. And if you thought making quilts was hard, that's easy. This isn't too bad. Then they wonder why you want to get paid for doing this. How come it costs so much to patch a pair of pants? Well, it's the manipulation of everything. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I do have a jeans needle in here. It's a size 16 or 100. I am dealing with denim, so back to that starting point. up my bobbin thread. Makes it a lot easier to snip off. Okay, now we have another patch on there, so I'm just going to move this on down. And yes, it's going to get more and more difficult because the leg gets narrower. But you just have to manipulate. Probably asking, why didn't I just open up the seam? Well, I could have, but I kind of like to keep the pant as original as possible, even with the patching on there. And I probably wouldn't patch my husband's jeans, but he takes an odd size, and with him not traveling down into the U.S. anymore, yeah, he has a hard time finding jeans that fit. Here we have our patches sewn on. And now we're going to turn the pants around so we can work from the other side. See? Now that would not have went so quick if I'd have been pinning that. Have the tools and you know how to use them, so use them. There we go, see? Sewn on there. I'm going to go in and just do some back and forth stitching just to hold that and make it a little bit stronger. Set it to a zigzag. I'm not going to trim those out of there. Instead, I'm just going to zigzag over top of that because that'll help to keep it strong. So now that you know how to do it the easy way, you can patch jeans too. Use that steam-a-seam. It will hold that in place and it's there permanently, so it will help. If I had tried to use pins, I would still be working on these jeans because pins just don't hold it in place as well. You could probably use temporary spray adhesive as well. That would probably work, but I could foresee having some issues getting it sprayed in, and not everybody can use it because it is a spray. So thank you for joining me, and subscribe if you want to see more of these kind of videos, and hit the like button or the dislike, thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't really matter. Give me a comment, tell me what you think, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye for now.